So you're PCSing to JBLM. It's a lot of acronyms right there, but we know that you're moving to the Northwest and you want to know what to expect when you get here. And we're going to give the insider tour of what to expect.
We're Joe and Charity with the Live Well Home Group, and we have helped hundreds of families PCSing to and from JBLM. So you're going to want to stick around because at the end, we're going to tell you how you can access your free Moving to JBLM guide. I'm sure you already know this, but JBLM is one of the most requested duty stations, and there are several reasons for that. So let's take you on a little journey.
The first reason why people love the Northwest is because of the outdoor beauty. And we've traveled to other places around the planet, and there's nothing in my mind that compares to what you get just by being able to live here.
And because there's so much outdoor beauty, there is a lot to do. There are so many activities, from the outdoor adventures that we're going to talk about a little later to all of the things that are around you just because you live so close to some wonderful major cities. Another reason why people love PCSing here is because of the quality of services, including top-notch medical care and a wealth of highly rated educational opportunities.
Another reason why people love moving here is because you're just so easily acclimated into the community. You're going to feel welcomed here right away, and that's what our clients have told us.
As we said, the Pacific Northwest is one of the most beautiful places in all of the United States.
Yeah, absolutely. And really it's because we're surrounded by national parks. We have Mount Rainier, which is obviously, I think, probably most well known for. However, we also have a volcano that just blew up, back in 1980, and that's another park to explore, all the things that go along with that. And the Olympia National Park, and it's an entire peninsula. You go out and you can explore that thing all over. So you've got all of those massive national parks, as well as so many state and city parks that you're going to want to explore.
In addition to that, we are surrounded by water. We are in the Puget Sound area, and if you look at a map, you're going to see there is just water everywhere. Every city's got its own kind of access to it, and there's adventures like kayaking and paddleboarding and just boating and fishing and everything that you can imagine on the water.
Yeah, on the water or underwater. You can go scuba diving too if you want to pet an orca.
I don't think you can pet an orca.
I don't really think you should pet
There are some great scuba diving parks though around really close. There's one at Tacoma State Park, and there's one under the Narrows Bridge
because the bridge fell down. This wasn't London Bridge, it was Tacoma Narrows Bridge, and it did fall down.
And it was a long time ago. You don't have to worry. It's nice and safe now.
For sure. Yeah, and there is fishing. There's salmon fishing all over the place. There's trout fishing. There's bass fishing. It's amazing.
When talking about the outdoors, we should probably talk about rain. And everybody knows that we are known for rain in our area, and it's true, we have rain, but we also have sun, and it is the most beautiful place to be in the summer.
Yep. So here's an insider tip. When it rains, don't use an umbrella. Just put a hoodie on. I know it kind of sounds counterintuitive, but actually very few locals use umbrellas. So just letting you.
We want you to fit in.
We want you to fit in ASAP.
But you probably need multiple coats.
Multiple coats.
You need one for when it's really cold, one for when it's mostly rainy, one for it's kind of that mid 50s. So, you might be investing in a lot of coats.
A lot of coats and a lot of vests.
Most people who are PCSing here who came from Texas or Georgia or Alabama are actually looking forward to the mild temperatures. And I think you will enjoy it as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're not going to melt. You're not going to melt here, nor feel sticky. Occasionally we'll get a really hot day in the summer, but for the most part, it is a very wonderful climate to be able to enjoy both seasons. Now, with all this outdoor beauty, you can imagine there's abundance of activities for you to be able to explore in every direction.
That's right. In fact, there is a ton of on-base and off-base activities, and the on-base organized activities are plentiful. Just get connected with the JBLM Adventure Program, and you will be taking excursions and going on trips to go mountain climbing and rock climbing and crabbing and boating and scuba diving and kayaking and everything. Everything is possible. And then when you're done going on excursions with all those people and you want to go do something on your own, they have a huge rental center where you can rent from backpacks to your camper to boats, all kinds of things. So the adventures are nonstop.
Not only do you have great outdoor activities, you have professional sports, you have the Seahawks, you have the Mariners who will eventually win something outside of just the series, and then you also have the Kraken or Tacoma Rainiers.
The larger cities like Tacoma, Seattle, and Portland also offer all kinds of other activities like museums. Tacoma has a museum district that's got a car museum, an art museum, a history museum, a glass blowing museum. So on those rainy days, when you need to stay inside and you need something to do, you can go explore that area as well.
And the music scene has continued to be alive and kicking since the grunge era with Nirvana and Foo Fighters. It has continued, and you're going to have, there are a lot of larger venues that you're going to be able to see big name bands, as well as local smaller clubs that you're going to be able to see just local talent, which is a lot of fun to do.
So there is no shortage of things to do. And in fact, for our clients, we send out weekly events guides so that they can take a look easily and find something fun to do every weekend. Medical services is very important to many of us. And thankfully, JBLM has one of the top rated hospitals in the entire nation, Madigan Hospital. It's also a teaching hospital. So if you are going into that field, then that's going to be your opportunity to study there.
And speaking of educational opportunities, obviously we have UW here, as well as PLU, which is a little bit closer to the base, UPS, great community colleges. Further south of the base, you have Evergreen State College. There's just a ton of great opportunities to advance your education.
And besides that, JBLM is surrounded by top-rated school districts, so you know that your kids are going to get a great education. We encourage you to look online and take a look at what the ratings are. A great website to look at is niche.com. What truly makes this area a place to call home is finding a home, whether it be off-base or on-base housing. Finding a place where your family can settle in is the most important part of moving here, and we understand that. We actually have a guide for you, as we mentioned before, and if you stick around, we'll tell you how you can access that. It's going to give you all kinds of information that you need.
So when you're thinking about on-base or off-base housing, it's important to look at these three things. And the first thing to consider is how long are you going to be stationed here? So if it's short-term or it's long-term is going to determine which option is best for you.
And also if you plan on coming back to retire here, because this is one of the places that people prefer to retire. Even if they get sent somewhere else, they come back. And sometimes people hold on to their houses longer, put a renter in it, and come on back. So think about that.
And in considering that is you're going to want to know what your BAH is. So that's going to determine which is the best option for you and how much you can afford.
And also if you have a partner or a spouse that's going to be working and contributing, and I know most people prefer not to spend more than their BAH on their housing, but sometimes people also prefer to have a different kind of housing. So go ahead and add up all the numbers and see how much you can afford.
And of course, if you don't want to live on base or rent off base and you decide you're going to buy in this community, you will want to get pre-approved for a VA loan.
The great thing is we work with a lending team that does more VA loans than anyone in the state, and they have helped hundreds of our clients, and we'd love to get you connected with them so you can find out exactly how much home you can afford. And if this will be your first time using your VA loan, you may have a lot of questions, and don't worry, they will answer all of them for you.
If you've decided that you're going to be buying a home in the area, we'd love to be able to help you in that process and bring our years of experience helping families just like you PCS into the area and find a home that fits their family needs.
Oftentimes, our clients who are moving from another state don't even get the chance to look at their house ahead of time. And we know the feeling. We have actually had that experience ourselves, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking. So we make sure that we do everything we can to help you feel comfortable with the home that you'll be buying. And we start with doing video showings. And we don't just go out and shoot a video and send it to you. We comment all throughout on every little particular. If it smells, if the paint's cracking, if something is squeaking and making noise, if the neighbors look kind of crazy or there's stuff everywhere, like everything that you would want to know, we make sure to do that for you, because the videos online are marketing videos. They are meant to make the property look fantastic.
Not only that, we also help make sure that you negotiate and get a good value in your next home. So whether it be the purchase price or the inspection time frame or whatever other things that are important to you, we make sure that we negotiate on your behalf to get you the best value.
And we not only get you into your home, but we stay connected with you because we know that you need support as you come into the area and throughout the time that you're here. In fact, every month we do a monthly giveaway for all of our clients. There's all kinds of great stuff that we give away, and our clients really love those monthly events. And besides that, we're a resource for you for your recommended vendors, like contractors and things that you need. And then when the time does come where you'll be PCSing to leave, we've got you covered as well. We will analyze what your home is worth currently and see if it's going to be a better decision for you to rent or to sell it. And of course, we'll be right by your side throughout the selling process.
One of the biggest questions that we get from clients that are moving into the area as well. Where do I live? And that depends on what you're looking for. So the north of JBLM is going to be Tacoma, which is the biggest city in the area. And there's going to be University Place, which is kind of a little bit of part of that. Gig Harbor, and then kind of to the northeast is going to be the Puyallup area.
And then if you go east, you're going to have Spanaway and Roy and Yelm, and those areas tend to be a little bit more rural, a little bit, especially when you get to Roy and Yelm. So if you're thinking that you'd want to live with some property around you, that might be one of the areas that you'd like to look in.
So south of the base is going to be DuPont and then Lacey, and a lot of our military families love to be in the Lacey area because of its proximity to the base and also some convenience like Costco and Walmart and Target. And then you have Olympia and then Tumwater a little bit further.
West, you have Lakewood and Steilacoom, and Steilacoom is a quaint little town right on the water. Not very many houses for sale there because it's so small, but you also have Lakewood, which is really the one that's kind of intermingled with JBLM, so super, super close. I know that that's not very much information for you to gather on which area you should move to, but we do have separate videos on our YouTube channel of all the different areas, so please dig into those and see which one feels more like the place that you would want to live. We've made it easy for you to connect to us because we know that you probably have a ton of questions and you want to know somebody that knows the area. So just click on the link in the description below and jump on our calendar, or feel free to just text us directly. We will answer all of those questions for you. And last but not least, we know you've been wanting to know about that Moving to JBLM guide. So if you look in the description below, there will be a link you can click to access that right away. We're Joe and Charity with the Live Well Home Group, and every week we're helping people just like you move to the area. We've made it easy for you to connect to us. Just click the link in the description below and jump on our calendars or message us directly. And if you found this video helpful, definitely want to click the subscribe button.